All right, guys, you've just paid a lot of money for a attorney that told you was going to do fantastic work for you. And you've turned out and found out that this attorney sucks, freaking sucks. You're terrified. You know you've absolutely made the wrong decision. So, Lee, hey, what the hell do I do when I figure out that I hired the wrong guy or gal? That they're just an empty suit. And, well, as far as dogs go, this one doesn't hunt. What the hell do I do? You fire the son of a bitch. Not return your phone calls. Days have gone by and you haven't communicated with them, emailed them, texting them, and they're not communicating with you. Fire the son of a bitch. Okay? They show up to court and that's the only time you see your lawyer. Fire them. They show up, you haven't reviewed police reports yet, discovery, had sit-down meetings with your lawyer, figured out what the strategy is before you implement some tactics in the courtroom, and you have not a clue, fire them. They show up to preliminary hearing and tell you to come on out in the hall real quick. Or you see them go up there, talk with the prosecutor, and they come back, you're like, okay, we're going to waive our preliminary hearing today. And you haven't reviewed discovery. You have no idea what's going on in the case. Absolutely not. Do not allow that. Fire them. Well, that's kind of a big deal. I spent a lot of money on this. Good Lord, we're talking about the rest of your life. A lot of these cases that I handle are 25 to life in prison, 5 to life in prison, up to 20 in prison, up to 15 in prison. And these are all offenses that carry sex offender registration. So we're talking, even if you got straight probation, at a minimum the next 15 years of your life, not only are you going to be a convicted felon, but you're also going to have to register as a sex offender. Fire that son of a bitch. Okay? This is your life. If you found out after the fact that a guy like me exists and you hired some general practitioner attorney that runs pay-per-click ads and holds themselves out to be some sex crimes attorney, and then you find out that this guy or gal does not have the chops for the job, fire them. Why on earth would you want somebody that you know is not competent to represent you to continue to work on your case one single day longer? Your lawyer sucks. Get rid of them and start interviewing other lawyers that may be more competent. Okay, dude, that's kind of harshly. Hey, this is the rest of your life you're talking about. There's nothing that's harsh about it. What's harsh is that attorney sold you a bill of goods and then did not freaking deliver. Okay. I had a case here recently. Client comes in. Not only was there a conflict of interest because this son of a bitch lawyer was representing both of the co-defendants with antagonistic defenses, which is, well, complete malpractice and utterly unprofessional and unethical. But never met with the client, would text the client. Client never saw the discovery. And then the attorney shows up after just kicking this thing out and passing the case. A lot of times not even showing up to court, just calling in because I need to be in Tulsa and I can't be in Mays County at this time. Can't even show up to be with his client. And when he does show up, tells him, hey, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and waive the preliminary hearing. Why? It wasn't part of a strategy. It wasn't part of a plan. There wasn't saying, okay, this is the reason why we need to do this. It was essentially because, well, I haven't done my job as the lawyer, or I didn't review the discovery, or I don't have a defense. And yeah, I've never talked to you about it, but just sign here. And what you're doing is you're signing away rights to have that preliminary hearing. Well, what if they had just amended the charge? And let's say there was a child pornography case and simple possession. And now all of a sudden, the day of the prelim, they're like, oh yeah, we're amending the count to aggravated possession of child pornography. Your range of punishment is now up to life in prison. And your attorney comes over and is like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and waive the prelim and we'll continue to negotiate with them. Absolutely not. Now, I will tell you, by the time that's happened to you, though, there have already been a lot of warning signs. Your internal alert system, that kind of feeling that you have in your gut, has been telling you, screaming out to you probably for weeks, if not months, fire this son of a bitch and hire somebody competent. Yes, you know what? You're going to have lost some money. But that's better than you losing years of your life that you did not need to lose. Let's say you did need to go to prison. Okay? Let's say that's just an inevitability of it. And it sucks. And the difference is between competent and incompetent counsel could be a decade, could be 5 years, could be a year. Hell, a day is too long. Okay, so when you're thinking about this, about, oh, well, hell, I paid this guy 10, 15, 20,000 bucks to represent me and he sucks. Okay, cut your losses. The first loss is the best loss and move on. Yeah, you made a mistake. Okay, you a knee-jerk reaction. You didn't do your due diligence. You thought you just had to have an attorney, any attorney. Oh, your Uncle Bill told you this guy was great because he helped him out on a DUI 15 years ago. No, now you know. And when it's the rest of your life, when it's prison and it's your freedom, it's your family, do you really want to risk that on a guy that, or gal that you know is not competent or the right attorney for the job? Fire him, put a bullet in them, and move on. And at this point right now, you're saying, hey, Lee, I don't know what to do. That's right. We got great consumer guide, top 8 questions you absolutely positively must ask a lawyer during that initial counseling session. So if you already know, hey, I want to hire a guy that handles and works in exclusively the one area I desperately need help with right now, and you're ready to pick up the phone, let's go ahead and schedule that initial strategy session. Probably the best money you ever spent. Now, if you're not really sure yet, download the consumer guide, watch some more other videos, and then ask yourself, it's the rest of my life. What's that worth? And what kind of guy or gal do I want fighting for me? I'd start with competence, just basic competence. But if you're ready to really make an investment with somebody that only does what you need help with, pick up the phone, let's make that call, let's get that meeting set and see if we're right. We only take about 15 to 20 cases a year. These are very difficult, very time-consuming cases. We are not a high volume practitioner. That's not 15, 20 cases a month, that's a year. So if you want to be on that list, you want to be part of an exclusive group of individuals that have made the decision to invest in themselves and their future, because prison for most of them just isn't an option, then go ahead and find this to be your right place. This is Lee Berlin. All I do is try to keep guys just like you out of prison every day. Till the next one.